What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a live deadline stream for Game Week 8. Finally here. We are finally here. The 2 weeks international gap is over. And there's only, let's say, just over 12 hours to go before we have the deadline. So why am I doing it tonight, not tomorrow morning, which I usually do, is I'm actually working tomorrow. So tomorrow it will not be possible for me to do the morning stream. So I thought, why not, let's do it tonight with some latest news that's coming in as well. Have a discussion and see what we can sleep on tonight to hopefully be ready for tomorrow morning. So how has the international break been for you guys? What are the kind of big changes you've made? What's going on and what's taking place in your FPL team? Have you played your wild card? We'll discuss all that tonight. And we'll also discuss some latest news, which literally has just come through in the last half an hour or so surrounding Tottenham. So there are two players from international duty that have been tested positive. So the names haven't been disclosed. Could it be Son, international duty? Could it be Kane? Could it be Dele Alli? Don't know. I mean, there's no clear answer around which players it is at the moment. But that's going to actually open up, quite a serious dilemma for some managers who, if they played a wild card and they brought in like Dele Alli, Son or Harry Kane, along those lines, are they going to be eligible to play? Are they not going to be eligible to play? The fixture seems like it's going to be on at the moment. But we'll just have to wait and see what's going on. So if anyone's in the house, feel free to drop some questions through. Let's see what you guys have done so far in the 2 weeks break. Have you played any transfers? No transfers? I mean, you can see a bit of red and yellow along some of my players. It was a lot worse this morning, I assure you, before the press conferences. So I had Lukaku and Jota, who are also marked amber. But they should be fit. I mean, Jota might get a few minutes, might not get a start, but should be fine to play according to Klopp. Rafinha, there's no real confirmation around if he's going to be available or not tomorrow. But due to the fixture timing of the Brazilian game, I think it's going to be a no. Same goes for Edison, and the Rudiger injury, it's quite a disappointment, really, to be fair, for many managers at the moment. Considering he's been kind of brought in for this fixture run. So we're just going to have to monitor what his back injury is going to be actually looking like. It's a shame for Edison because I kind of went for the triple Man City defence kind of strategy for the next, I'd say my strategy was going to be around 10 to 12 weeks. Hasn't got off to a great start because of Edison, but, for the last... I think it's the last international fixtures when he came back. It was actually not too bad. He actually did play. But this time, unfortunately, he's not fit enough to start. So, quite a disappointment. But I've got Foster on the bench against Liverpool to come on. Captaincy is a pretty straightforward decision this week for me. Salah, he's done pretty well, considering he's played Watford as well. Watford, to be fair, defensively haven't been that great. But again, at the moment, I'm generally looking at in terms of, if I had Mane would have been a good shout as well. But Salah looks pretty decent. Manchester United have Leicester, so not a great pick there in terms of Ronaldo either. But, Lukaku seems fit. Maybe against Brentford. Will he play the full 90? Will he get the minutes? Not too sure entirely at the moment. So let's wait and see what's going on. So I see we have a few people on the stream already. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining. If you haven't liked the video, give us a like. And if you haven't subscribed to FPL INKLING, please give us a subscribe. Let's get towards the 1K mark. So let me know, guys, what have you guys been playing? What's going on? Who have you brought in? And who are you looking to take out from your squad for this game week 8? Are you excited? Are you ready? Are there too many headaches that you have? Have you played your wild card? Have you done your transfers early like me? Let's see. Oh. The big hitters FPL, welcome. Loving the content. Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate it. Had to take a 12-point hit in the end. Hey, I took it in 16, so welcome to the group. I got Son. Obviously, the news has come out now, so I have switched to Grealish. Thoughts? Do you think Grealish will start? For me, there's no reason why he shouldn't. He's actually been like the only kind of like saving grace in terms of no rotation for Man City from an attacking perspective. I think Grealish is a good shout because he's played well. He hasn't had the scores in the FPL kind of like numerics to kind of really show that, you know, people who've kind of backed him, but I think he's played really well. And I think with the fixtures that they do have coming up, so let's have a look at some of the Man City fixtures. So you can see from this weekend, Burnley, followed by Brighton, Crystal Palace, and then Manchester United, Everton. But even after the West Ham United game, you know, you can see from the Aston Villa game onwards, all the way to Arsenal 21, they look pretty decent. So Grealish might be a really good shout. And he'll have one of those games soon, I reckon, where he's just literally going to hit it so well. So it'd be worth seeing. And I think it's a good choice to have Grealish personally. A really good shout. What are my thoughts? Do you think? I think Grealish should start, buddy. Big thumbs up for that one. John, good evening, John. I'm well, thank you. How are you? Did I take the 16-point hit? I did indeed. You know, after hearing the big hitters FPL, I think, you know, he took a -12. I think there's going to be quite a few people after the disappointment of the last game week have taken hits. And then, you know, there are injuries, for example, to players like Rudiger, international duty players who are not coming back. So people have taken hits upon hits. So they've taken a hit and they thought, you know what, I might as well take another hit to get a player in. So that is something that's happening at the moment. I don't know if you guys have heard about the Spurs news. We discussed at the start of this video. There's a Spurs news going around as well. So we don't know who those players are at the moment. There's 2 players who are tested positive. Could that be Son? Could it be Kane? Dele Alli? We just don't know. The goalkeeper, Lloris. We don't know who that could be. So it'd be very interesting to see who that can be as well. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting, John. Obviously, with your squad, I still clearly remember it's such a strong squad. I'm sure you've made no transfers this week, right? Nigel, good evening, Nigel. I have Trent, White, Alonso, Christensen, and Tsimikas. Thinking of swapping Livramento for Tsimikas. I mean, Southampton, they generally have some really good fixtures. Let me show you over here. Bear with me a sec. So this is the next 5 game weeks fixtures run that we have on screen. So they are placed basically based on the fixture difficulty predictor from FPL. Now, the team at the top is number 1 out of the 20 clubs, which is Chelsea. These are the top 5 in terms of the next 5 game weeks who have the best fixtures in Premier League, according to the FPL predictor of fixtures. So you can see Southampton number 2. So potentially there's a lot of green there. You've got Leeds at home. Obviously, they're probably going to be without Rafinha for a full 90 minutes. Bamford's injured as well, so it may be a really good chance for them to take a clean sheet. Burnley at home as well, who haven't been very offensive at all. And then you've got Watford away, which again, it's going to be a good game for them defensively, I think, as well, because Watford haven't really scored that many. Aston Villa at home and then Norwich away. So you can see there's some really good fixtures to take advantage of there for you. So Livramento is a good shout for Tsimikas. I don't think he'll get much game time. And if we look at the 5 most difficult fixture clubs, so this is number 16 to 20. You can see Liverpool come in at number 16 with Watford, obviously, which seems decent. Then Old Trafford, Manchester United, Brighton at home, which seems like a good game. West Ham away at the London Stadium will be a tough one. And then Arsenal at home again, which is looking like a difficult fixture as well. So the big hitters FPL says Son has tested positive, confirmed. And And they also, should I play Gray or Livramento? I personally, I mean, Everton, they have, let's have a look. West Ham at home. I mean, I always tend to go for the attacker because, yes, there's a clean sheet chance as well, but there's also a chance for an attack in return. And he's done pretty well, to be fair. So I would go Livramento personally if I had to choose between the two. Let's check about the Spurs players one more time, sorry. I saw it about half an hour ago. Let's have a look. Cool. I mean, I haven't got any source on here, but if you say so, I completely agree. I will agree with what you have said. Not a problem. Nigel says, I have a feeling Christensen might play. Not sure about Alonso. We'll play 4 defence and keep Livramento on the bench. I mean, to be fair, Livramento is not even a bad starter, to be absolutely honest. With Leeds at home, it seems like a decent fixture as well. I mean, I've got Brentford away there as well, so he's probably going to come on for there. The way I'm seeing it at the moment, Edison obviously can be replaced by Foster for me, so I won't lose out on him. Rudiger can be replaced by Livramento. It's only Rafinha. Now, I hope either Hoover against Aston Villa for Wolves or Gilmore gets some minutes. So it won't be too bad, considering I had 5 potential flags this morning, including Jota and Lukaku. I'm not too concerned about it at the moment, because I think, even playing with 10 men out of a difficult week at the moment, especially with the whole Spurs thing going on, I'm actually pretty excited. I think I can do well. It's just a shame Edison's not playing, because my kind of overall strategy now has kind of gone to the cleaners. Animations, hey mate, hey buddy. What's your plan for your team? So it took a 16-point hit, but he took 5 transfers in there. So as you can see, Edison, Diaz, Cancelo, Townsend and Lukaku have come in. And the, obviously, serial offenders for myself have gone out. So this is my plan moving forward. Now, Rudiger, if he's injured, what am I looking to do? I can look at potentially getting St. Maximin to Calvert-Lewin when he does come back. He's not back for this week, so I'll stick with him. Jota, I could go down to Benrahma and then just leave it like this, because then I have enough 1 million in the bank to go back to Lukaku, to Ronaldo when the fixtures swing. And for example, if I want to go Harry Kane in game week 12 when the Spurs fixtures become better. So I'm kind of debating at the moment. Or if I want to go further down from Jota to someone like an Mbembo to 5.5, 5.6 mil, then I could potentially upgrade one of my defenders to Trent. But I'm still thinking about it at the moment, because I feel awkward about not having Trent for this game week, or the game weeks coming forward. But yeah, it's quite an interesting one to see how it goes. So we'll just have to wait and see what we're going to be doing. We're getting more people on the stream now, guys. If you guys haven't taken a moment to like the video, please give it a like, and please hit the subscribe button if you guys are new around here. John K, I'm good. Yeah, no transfers. Honestly, your team, John, is superb. No transfers needed for you, I'm telling you now. Thinking about taking out Rudiger for Azpilicueta. I've already got next week's transfer locked in CR7 for Lukaku. Hopefully your mini wildcard pays off. I think I played a whole wildcard, to be fair, John. To be fair, I mean, you said you got locked in CR7 for Lukaku. Are you bringing Ronaldo in for Lukaku, or is it vice versa? I'll be interested to know. Mazingse Ralla, welcome. Thoughts on Son out for Mahrez? Now, the thing is, with Pep Roulette, we're never really certain of who's going to be starting for Man City. Mahrez has kind of been a bit out of favour for the last couple of game weeks, so we can have a look. When was the last time he actually got like a full 90 minutes for Man City? Let's have a look. I mean, to be fair, this season he's not even played the complete 90 minutes. He's played 154 minutes out of 7 games. So out of 630 minutes he could have potentially played, He's played 150. He's played 2.5 games, if that combined together. I personally would avoid Riyad Mahrez. I'd rather go Grealish, to be fair, because at least you know he's nailed on for some minutes. Now there's Torres out as well. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how he sets up, but why not Phil Foden? Phil Foden's played incredibly well. He's in good form at the moment, in favour from, Pep Guardiola as well, and he's not afraid to take a shot. I'd rather go Phil Foden or Grealish, personally, rather than Mahrez at the moment. Manchester United for life. Welcome, that's me. How do you think KDB? I think KDB is a good shout, to be fair. With the whole City fixtures coming up, I think Kevin De Bruyne has a really good shout. I think the only thing that kind of puts us off Kevin De Bruyne is the shout of being on penalties or not. 11.9 mil, it's a lot of investment for a premium. And so far he's got 1 goal with 13 points only, whereas someone like Salah's got already 10 returns with 70 points. But look at these fixtures all the way up to game week 20. It does look phenomenal. And I think the risk of rotation for Kevin De Bruyne. Now, the players, when I think of a Man City squad, who I think are, everyone's rotatable, even the goalkeeper, who are the least rotatable out of the whole Man City squad, I'd definitely say Edison, who plays most minutes. Unless he's kind of got a COVID restriction where he can't play, or flight duration or anything along those lines, he pretty much will play every minute. You've got Diaz for me at the moment, who's pretty much nailed on. And I'd say Kevin De Bruyne and Grealish. These are the 4 players that I'm thinking at the moment that seem pretty good. So for your question about Kevin De Bruyne, I think it's not a bad shout. I mean, at the moment, there's who would have thought this season would be thinking about Fernandes and De Bruyne before Lukaku and Ronaldo signed. So I'll be actually overlooking these guys. He's only owned by 2.4% of managers, so a great differential, because if he does go big, and let's say Salah or one of the other big guns blanks, for example, like Lukaku, your rank will go significantly higher. So let's not close the doors on Kevin De Bruyne. There are some seriously good fixtures there where he can definitely target and bring back a big game haul. Animations, I'm hoping for some price rises tonight so I can do Rudiger to Aspi, but if not, I might wait till next week. Yeah, that's a fair shout, to be fair. We need to get a bit more of understanding around Rudiger's length of injury or the term, because Tuchel didn't really reveal much today. Personally, I just thought it was just a bit of a back scare, and he'll get a bit of time to just relax, and I thought it would be fine for the weekend, but I'm a bit concerned now because I really do want to know how long he'll be out for. Bivek, good evening, welcome. So Rudiger for Trent reversing last week's decision, or Marcel to Cancelo, since I don't have any Man City defenders for the run. I mean, Trent, Trent's Trent at the end of the day. I mean, in terms of clean sheet wise, I don't think there's much to really write home about over the next couple of game weeks. But Cancelo's been in some real good form. I know he got 0 points last time against Liverpool, but generally he's been phenomenal. He's a high scoring defender, or I think the second highest scoring defender so far, with 2 assists in there as well. And, the fixture run does look good, and I don't see much rotation for him. I mean, yes, he might get rotated. You can never say never. But the good thing about Cancelo is he can play left back and right back. So that's something to be hopeful for. In terms of Marcel to Cancelo, I think that's a good shout. In terms of Rudiger to Trent, again, that's your decision. I think the one thing that concerns me about Liverpool is he said Trent's fit. Will he just play from the start? That's the question. Will he come on as a sub and get a few minutes? Because obviously they've got Champions League coming up as well. And then they've got Manchester United coming up as a difficult game next weekend. So do they really want to rush him into a game where he may not even be required? So that's something that I'll keep a lookout for. Personally, for me, out of those 2, Vivek, I'd go Cancelo from Marcel. John K. Mahrez is the most likely to be rotated. Better go for Foden or Grealish. Definitely. Kian, welcome. Please help. Should I transfer Jota out? I mean, the thing about Jota is, I don't think there's need to at the moment. Let's have a look at something. I want to show you guys something really interesting, right? Check this out. So let's sort this out by transfers out for midfielders, all right? Jota comes in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's the 6th most transferred player out at nearly 1.3 million managers that have taken him out, right? Now let me show you transfers in. Sorry, that's overall. So let's do transfers out round. So Jota's in 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, so he's 193,000 managers that have taken him out. And let's do transfers in round. So as you can see, he's not that far down. Still 60,000 managers. I'll say he's definitely in the top 20 have brought him in as well. So, you know, there's not much we're looking at in terms of movement. Yes, there's a lot of managers who've taken him out, but are we actually overlooking Jota? Because he does do well from the bench, guys. We just need to be a bit patient. I'm gonna wait. I've been patient for about 4 weeks. There's gonna be a few games where he's just gonna hit it, guys. He's gonna hit off, and let's just wait for it, and let's just be patient. That's my opinion. I'd keep him, buddy, because I'm doing it myself. Vivek, Cancelo has a chance of going up tonight along with Foden. Stick or twist with Greenwood to Foden and Markel to Cancelo tonight. I'd go for the moves, boss, because I think Greenwood's minutes are going to be limited soon as well. Rashford's coming back. Ronaldo's going to be playing. Cavani's fully fit. There's going to be a lot of rotation. So Greenwood, personally, I would do the transfers tonight. That's my opinion. I would definitely go for it. Kai and Duffy or White, they're both the same price. They're both good, boss, but Duffy's more of a... You have an attacking presence. White still to score in the Premier League or an assist. But Arsenal has some good fixtures coming up, guys. So let's have a look. In terms of Arsenal, they are, I believe, in the top 10. So they've got some really good fixtures coming up. I personally would, at the moment, I'll go Brighton. Vivek, those two moves are for a -4. I'd take the -4 personally. I don't think that's too bad. I've taken a -16. So there's going to be some real big knee-jerk reactions, Vivek, this week. So I think that's a good shout. If that does make your team, I think, definitely stronger for tomorrow's game week. Steve, good evening. Thoughts on Vardy and Son versus Lukaku? No, Son. Thoughts on Vardy and Son via Lukaku and budget on a wild card? I think at the moment, buddy, Son is a bit of a concern due to the whole COVID outbreak. Is he one of the players or not? I haven't got a reliable source to confirm it, but that's something I'll be concerned about for the whole Spurs players. So I'd personally go Vardy or Lukaku. I'd avoid Son at the moment. That's my honest opinion, Steve. I wouldn't go down that route because if he is one of the players who's 10 days isolated, that's two game weeks gone for Son. Kian Mentesh, Semedo out, or thoughts on Rudiger and Semedo to Cancelo and Duffy? I mean, Semedo, Wolves doesn't have bad fixtures, to be fair, so Semedo might not be a bad shout. Cancelo and Duffy are definitely a good shout, Kian. I like it. Vivek, or should I wait and just do Greenwood to Mbemba next week and not to the hit? I mean, again, it's not a definite that Greenwood's going to be benched. Greenwood has started most games. So for me, I just see him, as a United fan, I don't see him playing as frequently as he has for the first 7 game weeks. There will be a rotation. Are you going to be patient enough? I'm going to be patient with Jota. I know Jota's not a 100% starter, but I'm going to play that risk. I know that even from the bench, you can come on and get some points. Same with Greenwood. Can you be that patient, or do you want to have that nailed-on player for it? But I think Greenwood will get less and less minutes along with Jota as these game weeks go ahead. But if you want to save the transfer, it's not a bad shout. Turkish, good evening, buddy. Yo, what's going on? It's a long time, I know. How am I doing? I'm very good, buddy. How are you? How are you doing? So the reason why I'm doing this tonight, guys, just to let you know, I'm working tomorrow, so I won't be able to do it tomorrow morning. But next week, before the game week deadline, I'll be back with a live stream. If you guys haven't liked the video yet, please give it a like. And if you guys haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. We're on 916 now, guys. So close to 1K. We're almost there. Bivek, I'm also definite hold on Jota for now. Maybe Son down the line. Yeah, Son definitely is a good shout. He's not a bad shout. And I was quite tempted to bring him in when I was kind of playing my transfers. But the thing with Son was it was more about the difficult fixtures. I wanted to wait until game week 12 and then to go for him or Harry Kane. So that's something that I am debating at the moment. The thing with the whole Spurs situation right now is the fact that there is a COVID outbreak. There are two players. They've not named them, but who's it going to be? That is the key question. So just let's wait and see. Is Son going to be someone that you may need to hold off for a bit? We'll just have to wait for the confirmation of the news. Vivek, we discussed. Oh man, honestly, I don't understand Brazil whatsoever. You have 2 weeks to play international football and they leave it to the last day, Friday, 3 o'clock in the morning. I just don't understand what Brazil want to achieve. I mean, Premier League needs to have a conversation with, Brazil and all these South American clubs. You have 2 weeks to play football. Play your games early, man. Like, what is your problem? Like, leaving it to the last second and then causing these players not to be able to play, especially in these COVID environment. We just have to wait and see. Farsaj and Min, good evening. Son and Gil, I think. Oh, fair enough. Turkish. Yeah, I'm good, Mo. I haven't been on FPL app for a very long time. Looks like you might have a dodgy week. Not to be rude, but your players might be missing the game. No. I mean, I can see this was worse Turkish. I had 5 of them this morning. Jota and Lukaku. Edison, I think Foster will come in for him. Rudiger, Livramento. The only concern is just Rafinha. I think Rafinha will get like half hour out. So I should have 11 players on now. I should be cool. It looks a lot better than what it was today. I was about to have a breakdown this morning. I was about to cry, especially even after taking all those hits and still not having a full team to go out. But don't worry, man. We'll get there. We'll have a good week. This week, I have a good feeling. It'll be a good week for us. Definitely be a good week. How about yourself? You made any transfers? What's going on? What is going on? Anyone played the wild card? Let me know. Jeez, man. So many good fixtures this weekend. I really like it. Let's have a look at some of the fixtures that we've got. Right. Cool. Here we are. So we've got Watford, Liverpool. Should be a good game. I mean, Watford were the team that ended Liverpool's amazing run, the so-called invincible run, like 2 seasons ago. So maybe they could take a bit away from that as well. Aston Villa, Wolves, Midlands Derby, good game. Leicester United, a very good game. Man City, Burnley, again, a decent game. Should be pretty straightforward from Man City. Norwich, Brighton, I'm looking forward to that one. And then we've got Southampton, Leeds, that should be a cracker. Brentford, Chelsea. Brentford have done well this season so far at home. Arsenal, Liverpool. Can they take Chelsea down as well? Will be definitely interesting to see that. Sunday, Everton, West Ham. 2 mid-table clubs exceeding their expectations. Should be a great game. Hopefully loads of goals so Townsend and Antonio can get hat-tricks each. Will be good. And then Newcastle, Spurs. Again, should be a good game. The first game for Newcastle since their takeover. So definitely be worth seeing how they do. And then Crystal Palace, the Vieira derby. Crystal Palace versus Arsenal on Monday night. Should be some really good games. Some really, really good games. I should be done by the Everton game. I've got no players after that waiting to play. Oh, no, I've got St. Maximin, sorry. Yeah, so the Spurs game should be fine. I'll be done and dusted by Sunday evening. Mazingzi says wildcard active. Nice. Bivek, what's the COVID outbreak news of Tottenham? Didn't know about that. So basically, Bivek, about an hour ago on Sky Sports, it was released that 2 players from Tottenham who've been on international duty have had a breakout and have tested positive for COVID. Now, the other team members who they've been in close contact with, it's not concerned them as much. But there are 2 players from international duty that have tested positive. There's no confirmation that I personally know of, and I don't want to say anything incorrectly, that have been given in terms of names-wise. But the general consensus is Son might be one of the players. Not too sure at the moment. Don't take my word for it. I want to get some more news around it, but there's no confirmation of what players. So if you're looking to bring any Tottenham players in via the wild card or you've already brought them in, please think about it before tomorrow's deadline, because it's a very, very big outbreak for them in terms of 2 weeks missing. You've got a player like Son who's going to miss 2 game weeks, and you're playing a wild card. You might as well do the shuffling tonight. It'll be a better overall shout for that. Turkish, okay, man, I'm going to be honest. I was going to bring in Foden for Willock for -4, but I'm not even sure Foden will play because he played 90 minutes for both England games. Yeah, that's one of the things about the international break. Will they get the starts or not? I think Guardiola is just, once he has a mindset, he'll go for it personally. I think Foden will start this week. That's just my opinion. Will he give Sterling a run out because of the whole kind of like transfer thing? Mahrez, we just have to wait and see. That's why so many people are actually avoiding Man City attackers this season. Tech XEO, welcome. Would you rather start Rafinha or Livramento? So I've got Rafinha in my team. Personally, for this week, I always go attacker anyway, so I'd always start Rafinha over Livramento. For Oxygen Min, I am playing a wildcard this week, but starting to panic as Son may be out due to COVID. He has been in all my wildcard drives. This is the thing, guys. Like, a lot of people talk about the whole, like, you know, international breaks, the travelling and restrictions that people say you can't see anything. But this is the thing, COVID is so unpredictable. You can't tell who's going to be available, who's not going to be available for the game week. And if it is someone like Son, and it's 10.1 mil for this player that you've brought into your squad, I think it's going to pretty much rip up your plans. I personally, in my opinion, would tonight think of a plan. Unless you get an absolute confirmation, I would definitely look to potentially keep the same plan, have another player in for this game week, see what you can find out, and if you just need to bring him in for next game week, then you can transfer him in. That could be an option you could consider as well. Vivek, could be Sonny, a long travelling. Yeah, it was a long journey. Matthew, good evening. On 481 points, wow. Still not activated. The wildcard team is Sanchez, Azpilicueta, Marcel, Alonso, Salah, Townsend, Benrahma, Rafinha, Antonio, Lukaku, Ralph Jimenez, bench show is Basuma, Amati. What do you think? Would you take a -4 to what would it be, Matthew? Let me know. But it's a brilliant squad there, by the way. Well done on your overall score. That is absolutely ridiculous. Just going to take a drink, guys. But in the meantime, if you guys haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to FPL INKLING, please hit that button. Help me get close to the 1K subscribers mark. Bring in Trent for Cancelo for Amati, who isn't playing at the moment for Leicester. I've seen you taking your extra large chain off. Chain off? Oh, I'm not sure which chain you're talking about. My bracelet's here. Bring in Trent for Cancelo. I mean, I personally would bring in Cancelo. He's decent. He's got good fixtures runs coming up as well compared to Trent. But Trent's the best defender in the game, so there's not really much to choose between them. But I've gone Cancelo because their fixture run is ridiculous. Barring 2 games which look difficult, from now all the way to game week 20, 21, they look really good. So personally for me, Matthew, Cancelo. Mazinga says thoughts on Chilwell to start. I think Chilwell will start. He's had good games, scored in the last game week as well. Yeah, I think he'll be favoured by Tuchel. I think he will start. So Chilwell to start over Alonso for me. Turkish Mo, you think it's worth replacing Willock to Foden for a -4? I'm doing whatever you say. I'm really unsure because on one side Newcastle might be Spurs as home, but Foden can easily score. Oh, the pressure. I mean, the thing is with... Look, the way I'm seeing it right now, there's 2 things that you need to bear in mind. Newcastle are on a high right now. This is the best time for their fans. The players are going to be on a hype. They want to prove to their new owners that they can stay. Willock is with kind of like their last project. He hasn't hit the ground running. Tottenham has been atrocious so far this season defensively as well. Foden had an incredible last game, and I think he's just been so good. For me, Foden needs to outscore Willock by 4 points. Do I see Willock scoring or assisting against Spurs? Personally, I think St. Maximin is kind of like more of the main talisman. However, do I see Foden scoring against Burnley? I do, and they're at home as well. Again, it's the risk of rotation. You can't really ever be certain. But for me, buddy, if there's no risk, there's no reward. So Turkish, in my opinion, look, you don't have to take my advice for it. Look, Foden might be benched. He might not even start. He might not even play a single minute. But would you rather kick yourself more? Will you be kicking yourself more, put it this way, if Foden doesn't start tomorrow and you've got him in your team, or if Foden is not in your team and he starts and he bangs a big return? That's the question. I know for the moment you'd be like, oh my God, he didn't start, he didn't play, I've wasted -4. But if he goes big, that feeling is immense. That's the only thing I'd say personally about Foden. I'd go Foden, Turkish. Do it, man. You can do it. Fadsley, good evening. Tips for wildcarders. 1, pick 15 players. 2, make sure you pick 2 goalkeepers. Fadsley. Fadsley. You forgot to mention keep COVID in mind as well. Luxury Lifestyle, good evening. What about Trevor Chalobah? Still 4.8 mil. Chelsea defender, already has 36 points and 4 starts. Good bench option. I think he's going to start. Because Rudiger's not playing. I think he'll start. I think that's a really good shout, Luxury. Assad, Son, man. COVID could be out for 2 weeks. It's ruined so many managers' plans. Honestly, let's see how many people own him right now. Let's have a look. How much was he transferred in by? Let's see. Midfielders. Transfers in this round. So 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6th most transferred in player. Nearly 185,000 managers brought him in. There's nothing on him at the moment, but personally, I don't think if you can change it to at game week 12, then look at that run. Leeds, Burnley, Brentford, Norwich, Brighton and Hove Albion. Jesus. That is a serious run of fixtures, that is. Seriously good run. But yeah, Son, what's going on? Right, guys, if you guys haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button too. Faster than Min, thoughts on Callum Wilson? Callum Wilson's a legend, honestly. He's so good. When fit, the guy's amazing. He's just injury prone. If he's fit, I think he's a great shout. A great shout. I've got to say Maximin, to be fair. Him and Wilson, 2 main goal sources at Newcastle at the moment. Steve, can do Son and Watkins out for Lukaku and Townsend. Solid. I love that, Steve. I like those transfers. Paul Philpass, good evening. Would you start with Rafinha? I'm starting Rafinha. I mean, to be fair, got Foster Livramento coming on for Edison and Rudiger. Rafinha, if he doesn't start, not a problem. He'll probably get a couple of minutes, I think. If he does, I still take that risk on him. Hopefully Billy Gilmore starts so I can get points off him as well. So I'm not too concerned about it, but I'm starting Rafinha for sure. Matthew Price, I've already got 1 bench option to cover if Alonso doesn't play. But if Rafinha doesn't play to Bissouma, then on the bench, that's why I asked to take a -4 to bring in Trent. Because it has to. I personally take the -4, buddy, because this is why I've taken a -16. There are so many injuries and missing players this game week. It's going to happen. You're going to need to do it because the way the thing's gone at the moment, a lot of people have not made a strong bench, including myself, and it's going to catch us out. This is the time it's going to catch us out now. Charlie, good evening. I took out Jota and Rudiger for Grealish and Tomiyasu. Thoughts? I really like the Grealish. Rudiger for Tomiyasu. Arsenal got some decent games coming up as well. Tomiyasu's been an interesting one. I saw him play really well against Spurs, but then I saw him struggle against Brighton. Was it the conditions? Is he getting used to the league's pace? I've got to see a bit more about him, but he has looked good in two of the 3 games that I've seen him play. But from an FPL perspective, I still got to see more from him. Will he get into more attacking positions? We'll just have to wait and see. But if you've made this start, I think they look all right. I would have stuck with Jota personally. I like Jota for another couple of weeks. But if you've got rid of him, it's your choice. Mazingzi says no one is talking about Mopai against Norwich. Game week 9. Huang. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Mopai, the thing with Mopai is it's more of like if he was on penalties, certainly, then he'd definitely be worth it. I think it's the fact that he's not on penalties is why he gets overlooked. But he's a good shout. Great, great shout. Paul says, I'll risk -4s this week for sure. That's the spirit. Turkish Mail, I'm going for Foden, thank you. I was a bit scared, but my guy Foden just has to be in the team now. And if Salah doesn't play against Watford, I would have triple captained Foden, I can't lie. I mean, yeah, to be fair, look, the way I see it, if you have a gut or you have a feeling about a player, go for it, man. Like I have a feeling about, personally, the reason why I stuck with Saint-Maximin, he's served me well. That's why I stuck with him. So it depends on who you feel or what you feel for them, and they'll definitely reward you back for it. But it's a good shout. Foden's sensational, mate. Honestly, he gets some really big returns. Just a bit of news out there, guys. I got my PS5 yesterday. I haven't played it yet. I haven't opened the box yet. But PS5 of FIFA 22. I'm not going to play it yet because I'm working this weekend. Maybe next week we'll definitely get that playing. If anyone's played a PS5, let me know how you feel about the console. Are you happy with it? And if you played FIFA 22 on any console, let me know what you think about the game. Share me some good tips and tell me some good practices. And if there's something you don't like, let me know about that as well. Has anyone actually on the stream stayed with Ronaldo? Is anyone sticking to Ronaldo and not going on the Lukaku bandwagon like myself? Let me know. Jeez, man, how long did these 2 weeks take? I ain't a fan of international football. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's just the one sport football is, right, where the domestic game is more interesting than the international game. Any other sport, the international is the best, like rugby, cricket. But when it comes to like, even the golf, for example, you play the Ryder Cup. It's the international battle. Football's just, unless it's the World Cup or Euros, I don't really enjoy it. I was going to say St. Maximin is great. 8 feel bad that I didn't have in my team. It happens. It's not too late. You can get him in now. Not a problem. Not a problem. Oh, honestly, if I had Edison Rudiger, I was sorted. John K, I still have Ronaldo. Maybe get rid of him next week. Shout. Is anyone going for Jamie Vardy, by the way, who I've got on my thumbnail today, because I just think he's just outperformed and I just can't find a way to get him into my squad. Nicholas, advice to the PS5, don't leave it on rest mode whilst playing a game because it does something to the software. And now my PS turns off every time I play a PS5 game. Wow. Thanks for letting me know, Nicholas. I'll make sure I don't do that. Cheers, buddy. Turkish, I'm sticking with Ronaldo for a long time. I ain't lying, Mo. I believe he'll rise up to the big occasions. Personally, he will. Dusty Toners, welcome. I don't have Ronaldo or Lukaku. Should I be worried? I'm worried about you. I'm joking. I'm sure you got a cover, right? You got Salah, right? Salah. Who else could we potentially have? Salah, De Bruyne, Bruno. But I think Lukaku is the more concerned because that's such a good fixture run. And I think his ownership is quite key as well. I think he's 40% owned. I think it was 37% last time I checked. So look, 36. So he's actually gone down by 1.2%. I think that's probably to do more with his injury. But look at those fixtures. Oh, even all the way up to the Leeds game. United, Watford, West Ham. Yeah, even all the way up to Gameweek 16. This is interesting. Definitely interesting. Text thoughts on Cancelo captain this week. I don't know, man. I don't like captaining defenders. Look, I might jinx him and he might not go and score like 20 points or something, but I don't know. Do you have any other options? Salah? You've got to go Salah, right? Or if you want to go differential, I don't know. Lukaku? But Cancelo, I don't know. It's just a risk, honestly. I wouldn't do it personally. Nah. Gotta go premium. Charlie, would you bring in Hwang for Greenwood? 4.5 in his striker for Leeds for a -4. I mean, they've got Aston Villa. Aston Villa's been a bit of a hit and miss. I mean, they could have easily conceded 2-3 goals against Manchester United, kept a clean sheet. Conceded 2 against Chelsea. Hwang, I mean, for a -4, I think it's not a bad shot because he's in good form, by the way. Greenwood, will he play? Will he not play against Leicester? 50-50 at the moment. I think it's a good shout, Charlie, for a -4. I generally do. Steve says, Vardy, Lukaku, Hwang, front line now. Son is out. Got to be done, Steve. Got to be done. Matthew Price, when you got these premium strikers, they should be scoring like 2 goals compared to the 8 million strikers. So I think there's more value in 8 million bracket than the 12 million strikers. I generally do believe you, Matthew. I generally do believe exactly what you're saying. But the thing about Lukaku is, it's just the fixture run, isn't it? That's what it is. We're just going for that part of the whole deal. But I generally fully validate and verify your argument. 100%. Dustin has Salah, Benrahma, Townsend, Rafinha, Grealish, St. Maximin, Vardy and Antonio. I could go Vardy to Lukaku, but Vardy is doing much better overall. He is. Certainly is. He's doing much better than Lukaku so far. Matthew, FPL INKLING, do you use your wildcard last week? And how come you've gone for a premium goalkeeper? Matthew, so I didn't use a wildcard. I played 6 transfers, took a -16. I've gone for Edison in goal. Obviously, look, he's not available for this week. Fair dues. I'd never say go for a premium goalkeeper, but I wanted to change my strategy because of the immense fixture run that they have in the next, I think, 12 game weeks. I just had to go for him. That's why I've got Edison in. He's a bit of a differential as well because he's a good goalkeeper and he's only owned by around 9% of managers. So I'm okay with that. He's okay. He's not playing this game week, but afterwards, I'm pretty cool. That's why I've gone Edison. I've gone against my own process of thinking and I've gone for a premium goalkeeper. I've never done that, but I've done it this time. Let's see how it brings out for me. I'm thinking of Salah captain and leave the armband on him for all the game weeks. I mean, I don't think he has to be captain every game week, but he's definitely the best captain choice for most game weeks. Fancy Lukaku might even get rested. Could do, but I think Tuchel said today he will be involved, so we should be hopefully with that. Turkish, Mo PS5 is a good console, to be honest. FIFA 22 is a good and bad, especially in the Ultimate Team. There's some dodgy bits. Needs to a game to watch out for is the new Battlefield for PS5. Nice. I mean, think about me in FIFA, right? I think I'm alright generally with open gameplay. I don't play it. I'm not an amazing player, guys. I'm just an average player of FIFA, right? But I play it occasionally. Think about me with FIFA last season. I was shocking at penalties. Like, what have they done to the whole penalty platform? I have no idea. Fazli, 3 red flag plus Rafinha for me. It's getting better. Join the club. Join the club, Fazli. Nicholas, Ronaldo and Rudiger out for Trent and ASM -4. Thoughts? I mean, Nicholas, do you have Lukaku in your squad? Will you be looking to persist with ASM for a while? Because the thing about Newcastle is, I can go through their fixtures with you. If you look here, they've got Tottenham, Crystal Palace, Chelsea, Brentford, Brighton there, Arsenal, Norwich. They've got some really good fixtures they still have coming up. So if you're going to stick with them, that's not a bad shout at all. For me personally, I don't know the extent of Rudiger's injury. If you want to persist with Trent and ASM for the next 5-6 game weeks, I'd go for it. Dusty Tonus, -60, Mother of God. I thought I was wild. Nah. Look, this is a knee-jerk and a half, honestly. Had to do it, Dusty. Had to do it. Fazzy, -16. Okay, you're making me think -24 isn't that bad. Thanks, Mo, for encouraging. Look, the thing is, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to sit around and criticise for knee-jerks, -4s, -8s, -16s, -24, minus whatever we do, okay? At the end of the day, this is your team, okay? Now, there needs to be a long-term plan. You ain't going to make back that -16 in one game week. No way. My plan is for the next 12 game weeks. So what I've done is I'm going to monitor how many points this gets me, or this strategy will get me, compared to what my team, if I'd stuck with it from last game week, for the next 12 game weeks. And I'm going to keep a tally of it. And I'm going to see if overall in 12 game weeks was -16 worth it. Did I make more or have I lost out? That's the way I'm going to see it. Matthew Price, fair play then. I suppose you'll never know if it will work until you try it. So it's good luck on that. Thank you. Just to try it, right? See how it goes. See, as the way I see it, look, it's not too late to catch up in game week 8 to 38. It's plenty of time. I need to go differential, but a rational differential. So I've gone Edison. That's the only thing. So all I've done is just gone a bit different. I need to catch up with these points. So Edison for me seemed like a safe bet. Nicholas, I have Lukaku. Yeah, it seems fine then. You got Lukaku. I'd do the transfers for -4. Mustafa, good evening. Grealish or Foden? Oh, that's a question. Now that is a question, Mustafa. Grealish or Foden? Who would I want at my squad right now? Oh, I'm saying Grealish just because of the fact he's more nailed to play. Bazzi, Aubameyang is essential. Badly, come on. I know it's Friday night, but come on. He's not essential. He's good, but he's not essential right now. There's a problem with Hwang is we don't know if he's nailed or not. Exactly. Jimenez is surely nailed. He's on penalties as well. They're fighting over 2 spots, so I expect Hwang to be benched at some point. There'll be a rotation, obviously, with the whole fixtures coming up. I think Jimenez is 2 million more expensive, but he's nailed on in terms of starts and penalties, so that's a good shout. Dusty Turners, I do like your thinking of 3 City defence. It looks like a good call overall. Thank you. As I said, look, this is my style of thinking. A lot of people will point fingers. They'll have a laugh. They'll be like, what's this guy doing? What is he? Is he being silly? But look, it's a 12-week game plan, all right? In 12 weeks, I think I can recuperate the 16 points. And get much more. Like, you needed to get them in now as opposed to the next 3 game weeks as a fixture. So good they are. Honestly, they're so good. I think Edison's is just a shame for me because if he was available, would have been awesome. John K, that's going to be interesting to see. Hopefully you don't do another hit. I don't think the Premier Strikers are really working so far. Yeah, it's only 8 games weeks in, isn't it? That's the problem so far, John. But we just have to be patient, right? I think around Christmas is going to be the real time for us to really nail down and have a look who's doing like how much and how well. So it'd be worth seeing. Matthew Price, I would say Foden because he's a better goal threat. Of course, he's a better goal threat for sure, Matthew. But for me, he's just a nailed on for Grealish. And I think Grealish is a game just around the corner. I think he'll have a big game week. Definitely. Alright guys, if you guys haven't liked the video, please give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed to FPL INKLING, please give it a subscribe. Help us get to the 1K subscribers mark. Steve, good evening. Would you swap Alonso for Tierney and free up an extra 1 mil for improvements next week? Thanks. Alonso, I'm not sure he's nailed, buddy. So for Tierney, Arsenal got Crystal Palace. Should be a good game. I think Tierney's a good shout. When fit, the guy's incredible. Spent for 1 million. And it's nice to have the 1 million in the bank as well. I personally would do that transfer. Steve, I think that's a good shout. Tech XC, if you're going to take such a big hit, why didn't you wait for the pressers for injury news? Nah, I did it early, mate. I did it on like Monday after the previous game week. I went early because of the price rises. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to make the moves I wanted to. That's it. But I've not lost out much. Only Rudiger, to be fair. And Rudiger's in my squad anyway, so I didn't bring him in those transfers. It's just Edison. So I think I've done all right, to be fair. It was a lot worse with Jota and Lukaku looking injured first thing this morning. Matthew Price, I've not used my wildcard, but I'm the only 3-4 players on my wildcard team, so I do think 1 transfer a week will take a -4 within 2 or 3 weeks. I'll have that wildcard team anyway. Your thoughts? To be fair, if you can get there, as long as you don't get priced out, you should be absolutely fine. For me, at that point, if I didn't hit the -16, I wouldn't have got this team that I wanted. I would have been priced out that same evening. That's why I had to just bite the... I just had to bite my lip and I just had to be tight-lipped to just go for it. I've only lost Edison this game week out of those transfers, so I'm not too disheartened. Just a shame that Man City aren't playing Sunday or Monday night. It would have been a lot easier, but no worries. We can live on that. Assad, good evening. Son to Mahrez or Son to KDB? Trent to Diaz. Son to KDB, buddy. Mahrez is too rotational. I'm not too comfortable with him. Only played 150 odd minutes this season so far. I'd go KDB. Dustin, my only concern with doubling up or tripling up on defence is perhaps like the balance overall. If your team conceded a goal, it's game over. Whereas a mixture is less risky. I mean, to be fair, that's the risk or reward, right? If I get a clean sheet, That's 18 points in the bag. Again, if they concede, that's 6 points. But then you have that. I mean, the risk is pretty much similar to the other teams as well. There's barring Chelsea. I mean, even Liverpool are conceding like 3 at Brentford, so definitely be worth seeing. But that's just my thought process, buddy. So they could concede in every game now for the next 10 game weeks. But if they get me 5 clean sheets, 5-20, that's 100 points. So pretty much nearly about 90 odd points. So I'm pretty cool with that. Sally. Doing something different, risky, crazy maybe. Free hit with Walker, Cancelo, dunk. To be fair, I wouldn't do that, buddy. I wouldn't captain Mahrez. I wouldn't play a free hit. Leave it for a double game week after January. When there's games with 2 game weeks in, your free hit will be worthwhile. So I'd hold on to your chip for now. Eddie, good evening. Should I keep Rudiger and play Livramento or bench on my bench, or buy a City player? I have DS. Livramento's not a bad shot, bro, because he's playing Leeds anyway. And Leeds are without pretty much Bamford, their main goal scorer, and Rafinha might not even get a full game. We're a bit unsure, so it's not a bad shot having Livramento. Save your transfer. I'd save it. But if you want to go Man City, get Cancelo or like Laporte in. Sounds like a shout. Badly Smith Rowe or Odegaard. Smith Rowe. Badly Smith Rowe's quality. They're both quality players. But that guy, Smith Rowe, superb. I watched him in the derby against Spurs. Whew. That guy's got some serious talent. I like him. Mustafa, good evening. Out Saka, Benrahma, and St. Maximin. Oh, so you made 3 transfers. Nice. Who have you brought in? Let us know. Just going to take a sip of water, guys. If you guys haven't liked the video, give us a like. And if you are new around here, or if you've been here before and you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Sally Kokele looks class. Would be my team if I didn't have Duffy. Can't risk a double up. He's brilliant. The way he played against Arsenal, he made that. What's this player? Arsenal. Who did he play? Was that right back? Yeah, he had him on basically. He just took him on all night. Genius Gamer, what transfers have I made? So, got rid of Sanchez, got in Edison, brought in Diaz for Alonso, Cancelo for Trent, Townsend for Gray, Lukaku for Ronaldo. Those were my transfers, buddy. So I've only actually lost Edison, which is not bad considering I made 6 transfers. Jota and Lukaku were flagged this morning, but I'd take that. I'd take that. I think generally, if I didn't have those flags on there, I'm really happy with the squad I have. I think it looks pretty decent. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you like the squad? Do you think I've done the right thing? You can disagree with me if you like. That's what this game's all about. It's about how you think you would manage. But I think I've just gone a bit more different in kind of like a style which I thought, let's try this way to see if I can catch up. That's no thoughts on Leon Bailey. Ooh, I like him. Can't see him being a knee-jerk at some point if he starts getting... Oh, trust me, Leon Bailey's decent. I like him. I do like him. Mustafa out Saka, Benrahma, St. Maximum, in Tony and Bembe Grealish for a -8, or just do Benrahma out and... I think Mbembo has 2 difficult fixtures, right? So I don't think his price will go up that much this week or next week, unless he scores, right? But Benrahma and St. Maximin and Saka are out. Tony and Mbembo. So you're going to double up on Brentford. They've got some good fixtures coming up, so you're going to go for Tony and Mbembo. If you're comfortable with a double up, Mustafa, I would go for it then. If you've nailed on, you're comfortable with 2 Brentford players in there, go for it. That's how I see it. Like I was comfortable with the triple up on Man City. If you feel you're comfortable with the Brentford double up, get them in. Get them in. Because that price rises can happen. Matthew says, Mustafa, I'll never bring in a player for -4 because the price rises. I was always waiting for the deadline because of injuries. That's also another way, potentially, for us to do it, because obviously nowadays, international breaks, injuries, COVID, got to be a bit careful. Fancy just took a -8. Lukaku, Smith Rowe, and Mbemba in for Antonio Greenwood, Trincao. Can't get rid of Ronaldo. Oh, so you're going to keep Ronaldo. Nice. Mustafa and Mbemba price is expected to increase tonight. The fixture are really good till 18 after Chelsea. Sure are. They do look good. They do look good. All these thoughts process, right? All these thinking that we need to do. All right, guys, it's just gone past 10 o'clock. I need to hit the shower and then hit the bed because I've got an early start tomorrow. I work tomorrow, but we'll be back on Sunday around 7, half 7 potentially. Yeah, around that time, 7, half 7 for a knee-jerk reaction for Game Week 8. Till then, I want you guys to take care. Enjoy the weekend's football. Stay safe and stay blessed. And thank you so much for watching tonight. All I want to say is just take care. Take your time to make your decisions. So I'll see you guys on Sunday evening. If you guys have any questions, just drop me a message on Insta or Twitter. I'll be there to answer you guys as quick as I can. But I want you guys to take care. Subscribe to FPL INKLING if you guys haven't so far. Hit the like button. If you guys haven't hit the like button, stay tuned for some more content. It's been an absolute pleasure. I want you guys to enjoy your evening, enjoy the weekend, and best of luck to everyone.